Coming up, a Greek organization recently jumped into the freezing cold water, all for a good cause. Plus, the latest on Radio Shack closing is coming your way. WMLT starts right now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Sarah White. The House Education Committee has voted to increase the pay of teachers and service personnel in West Virginia. The bill will increase teacher salary by $6,000 across the board over 3 years. As the bill stands Monday, service personnel would see a $3,000 raise over 3 years. But the bill was introduced by Delegate David Walker after he expressed his concerns over a proposal to give teachers a $1,500 raise. Walker said not including service personnel beyond the already allotted 2% was discriminatory. The Senate voted on the bill last week, and it granted teachers an $834 raise. Several members spoke out in opposition to the bill, calling it irresponsible. The bill will go to the House Finance Committee. According to Raleigh County authorities, as of last Saturday, 2 men are suspected of committing a robbery. The suspects entered a store called the Happy Camper in Beckley and stole an unknown amount of money before driving away in a dark-colored SUV. As of last weekend, the suspects still have not been apprehended. Anyone who has information regarding the suspects or their whereabouts is encouraged to contact the Raleigh County Sheriff's Office immediately. To add to the list of stores that are currently facing difficulties, Radio Shack has just announced its plan to close over 1,000 stores nationwide. The company reported that it experienced a sizable decrease of 14% in its stocks. This was after a disappointing holiday season where company revenue fell from approximately $1 billion to just around $900 million. Radio Shack officials say that the company would still have more than 4,000 stores in the U.S., but did not specify which stores would be closing. They say the selection process for store closures would be based on location, lease duration, and financial performance. Over the weekend, members of a campus Greek organization did the unthinkable to help raise money for their philanthropy. WMLT's Jared Klein has more from Bluestone.
It may seem crazy, but it's for a good cause. On Saturday, Concord University's chapter of Tau Kappa Epsilon hosted the Polar Bear Plunge, an event to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. The goal was to raise money for a new room in the hospital. Collectively, the organization looks to raise $300,000. TEAC member Casey Cottrell said that while the plunge is a fraternal event, it also hits a personal spot.
It breaks my heart to be able to be, able to have all the normal needs that a regular human being can do, and see kids that are in the hospital with, disabilities and everything like that, and they're not able to live their life that we are.
After drinking some hot chocolate, members of the fraternity braced themselves and jumped in.
1, 2, 3!
After the jump, the Teaks were visually cold, but also felt a sense of service.
How do you feel right now?
Fantastic. I mean, it's for a good cause. We do it every year, so, it's really a great event. As cold as it is at the time, it's definitely worth it.
For WMLT News, I'm Jared Klein at Bluestone.
Every year, the National Greeks on campus participate in their own Olympics called Greek Week. Greek Week hosts a variety of events, including football, swimming, a Jeopardy-like event known as Quiz Bowl, among other things. Greek Week culminates on Friday with a gigantic lip-sync and dancing event where the Greeks vote on one girl and one guy from all the national organizations to be crowned Greek god and goddess. Greek Week this year will fall on April 14th through the 18th, and we'll have more as the events unfold. Stay tuned, we'll have more WMLT in just a moment. Welcome back. A Bluefield teen is still recovering in Charleston Hospital after breaking her neck while trying to do a stunt that was made popular on social media. Sabrina Armstrong, a 9th grader at Graham High School, was injured on February 13th when she attempted to do a stunt known online as the Snow Challenge. This stunt has participants diving into the snow while wearing very little clothing. Armstrong and her friends saw the challenge on Facebook and decided to try. This stunt may seem relatively harmless, but hidden dangers can be life-threatening. Armstrong attempted to do the jump at her home, and she struck ice. Her C5 vertebra was broken instantly, and she is currently in ICU at Charleston Area Medical Center. She has shown improvement since having the surgery, and she is breathing on her own. Her mother hopes that her daughter's accident can serve as a warning to other teens who view this stunt as harmless fun. A Fayette County man was arrested Sunday for first-degree robbery. 53-year-old James Matthew Moore allegedly assaulted and robbed another man during a drug deal. Moore is being held at Southern Regional Jail with a bond set at $5,000. This is not Moore's first run-in with the law. In 2009, he was found guilty of dealing morphine. President Obama will announce last week a new tax plan aimed to help poor and middle-class families. The administration reports that about 500,000 people could be lifted above the poverty line. This bill also plans to create auto IRAs, expand the child-dependent tax care credit, and help with the cost of college education. Many are saying that it is unlikely measures will pass with the midterm elections this year and a divided House and Senate. On Tuesday, the West Virginia Senate Health and Human Resources Committee advanced a bill that would prohibit abortions after 20 weeks. The bill was changed after originally finding those guilty who have an abortion after 20 weeks will be guilty of a felony. They will now face only a misdemeanor. The bill will also excuse expectant mothers whose lives are at risk. Critics of bills have noted that it will be among the harshest in the country towards a healthy medical procedure. The bill will now be examined by the Senate Judiciary Committee. Now with the latest news on the Concord Beautiful, here's Dalton Paul with the Concord Minute.
Thanks, Sarah. For a long time, the year 2020 was synonymous with flying cars, robots, and many different kinds of futuristic technology. Now, Concord administration is trying to see into the campus's future with Concord 2020, a 5-year plan to help make the liberal arts campus a better place. HR Director Marshall Campbell says the strategic plan is to meet the variety of challenges that the coming years have for Concord University. Students can even provide their own suggestions and feedback by emailing planning@concord.edu. There is also a website in the works that will contain biographies for each of the committee members, as well as a frequently asked questions section and an outline of the plan itself. Campbell says the website should be active around June 1st. In other campus technology news, Concord University students are now able to download a free version of Microsoft Office. This is being made available due to a partnership between Concord and Microsoft's Student Advantage program called Office 365 Pro Plus. As of March 3rd, students can now log in through their MyCU account to download the suite of programs for the duration of their attendance. More directions and information can be found in Students Concord email and on Concord's website. Finally, Concord is seeing the revival of the Black Student Union. BSU was originally founded in 1996 with inspiration from Concord University's first black student athlete, Billy Owens. The Black Student Union is now up to 7 members and has a goal to promote unity among African Americans and to bridge the gap between athletes and those who don't play sports. BSU President James Riley says that members can be from all different ethnicities and encourages students from all walks of life to join. BSU holds several fundraisers and meets every Thursday at 6:30 in the McNair Room on campus. Well, that does it for this week's Concord Minute. Back to you, Sarah.
Now with your Take It or Leave It, here's Jesse Stevens.
Thanks, Sarah. Southern West Virginia isn't the only place that's getting hit by the snow. Disney's magical kingdom of Arendelle is also experiencing freezing temperatures. The movie Frozen tells the story of Princess Anna as she sets out to save the kingdom from her sister Elsa's icy powers. After accidentally letting her secret out, Queen Elsa releases winter all across Arendelle. Princess Anna and her newfound friend Kristoff, his loyal reindeer Sven, and the always optimistic snowman Olaf take on the job of bringing summer back to the kingdom. Through twists and turns, the group refuses to back down, even when Elsa's enchanted snow monster stands in the way. With performances by Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, Jonathan Groff, and Josh Gad, Frozen is an award-winning film. It's a fun, exciting ride with an unexpected, heartwarming ending. Frozen earns 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. Hitting stores on DVD and Blu-ray on March 18th, it is a must-have for any family movie night. Last Sunday, the 2014 Oscars were held in Hollywood, California. It was a night where the hottest stars blazed the red carpet, hoping to win the coveted award. The award for Best Picture went to 12 Years a Slave. Best Actor in a Leading Role went to Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club. The movie also took home an award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role thanks to Jared Leto. Cate Blanchett claimed Best Actress in a Leading Role for her performance in Blue Jasmine. And the film Gravity took home 7 awards, including Best Director, thanks to the work of Alfonso Cuarón. And that's it for your Oscar update and this week's Ticket or Leave It. I'm Jesse Stevens. Thanks for watching.
3 children were abandoned in Florida woods on Friday. Their parents, Sarah and Michael Butcher, were originally arrested in Punta Gorda for illegally parking their truck. Police found meth and a syringe upon searching the vehicle. The couple claimed to be siblings, but a few hours later, police received a call about children walking in the woods. When the police found the kids, they told the police their parents' names were Michael and Sarah, and that their parents had left them to play in the woods by themselves and had driven off without them. The parents are currently being held without bond, and the children, ages 6, 8, and 10, were sent to the Florida Department of Children and Family. Concord University will be hosting a new kind of March Madness this year. The American Red Cross will be in the Concord University Ballroom on Thursday, March 27th, giving many students and community members the opportunity to donate blood. The life-saving event will be set up in the ballroom from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tim Lambesis, the vocalist for the heavy metal band As I Lay Dying, pled guilty a few weeks ago to the charge of solicitation of murder. Lambesis was arrested last May after he hired an undercover officer disguised as a hitman to kill his wife. The couple was already filing for divorce during this time, and during his arraignment, Lambesis originally pled not guilty to the charge and was released from incarceration for $2 million. After his most recent court date, he is looking at 9 years in prison along with a fine of $10,000. In the wake of these events, his band's future is currently unclear, and none of his fellow members have made any comments. Lambesis' formal sentencing is scheduled for this May. And now with sports, here's Brady Meadows.
Thanks, Sarah. With the collegiate basketball season coming to an end and March Madness almost upon us, the brackets have nothing if not a little wiggle room, with Florida, the undefeated Wichita State, and Arizona State stealing the top 3 spots in the Associated Press college basketball poll for 2 weeks in a row. The battle is on for the rest of the top spots. Virginia is finally back, kicking Syracuse out, and giving the Cavaliers their first top 10 appearance since 1981 when they last won the Atlantic Coast Conference title. In NBA basketball, LeBron James stormed the court and helped the Heat crush the Bobcats by putting up a record 61 points. Another landmark player is watching his number go off the court for good. The 76ers are retiring the number 3 jersey in honor of Allen Iverson. With the close of basketball, baseball comes in swinging as spring training camps have wound down and the MLB season is getting ready to kick off on Saturday, March 22nd. That's all for sports this week. Back to you at the desk.
March is finally here, and many people in the area of Athens and Mercer County are ready for springtime. But March so far has been unseasonably cold. Schools in the area, including the Campus Beautiful, have had to make many adjustments in order to ensure student safety. Concord alone has been closed 4 times this semester and has had a handful of 2-hour class delays. Garrett Mustard and Robbie Ortiz, both students at Concord, felt like these school closings were the right call to make. That's all for WMLT News this week. We'll leave you with some footage shot by our very own Austin Bess enjoying some wintertime fun. See you again in 2 weeks.